Thank you, Sriram.
Hello, viewers. Sriram here from ShriLearning. I have a Bhaskar in front of me from UK. He's a little relaxed on a Monday. Usually Monday it will be very tight packed. So he's also tight packed, but he said, "Fine, Sriram, I'm there for the interview." So now we're going to talk about a success story. First, thanks all the viewers for watching this video. Leave your likes, comments, what you like to listen from the successful people. You may have some questions. Hey, why don't you ask this? So you'll be interested to ask you a question for your perspective. So first, we want to wish Bhaskar for his wonderful success. Congratulations, Mr. Bhaskar.
Thank you, Sriram. Yeah.
Okay, when you are talking, I have to bring a certificate. Here it goes. CJ Bhaskar Babu, 27th of June, hardly last week, I believe. Isn't it? Last week, what date it
Yes.
is?
Last
It is
last week,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, Sunday is a fun day. Okay, great. So now, I'm sure till Sunday, you'll be fully packed. You won't open your room door. You won't allow anybody to talk to you. Your mobile is always in silent mode. Okay. Post Sunday, how is it last few days?
Yeah. So basically, this is one of the major milestone in my career. In fact, which I've been wanting it for not just from a couple of last months. It was almost for years.
Wow.
Uh, as you know, when I took the class last year, and I've been thinking that this is something that I have to achieve for my career, and I have never made it honestly. So, but then I took a commitment this year to make it happen. So that's I
Okay.
did, and definitely I was tightly packed as you said, and then could make it. Yeah.
Nice. That's great. Good to know that. I know that it's a long effort. Dream is there, but there is a time comes in place saying that, okay, this is the time I'm going to do. Right. So how this spark came in now this year, I have to do it. Some push would have happened. What was that push?
Yes, I mean, I have been into different role earlier. I moved out of project management after a
Mm,
couple of years in 2008 to 2015.
mm,
And then my role, in fact, is not demanding me to have a PMP. Of course, when I
mm,
came to LS, I mean, in your classes, I see that
mm.
it's very important. But then now I have moved to UK, and where I see that this role demands
Uh,
and the future of
uh,
having this PMP certification is very key for whatever the
mm.
role you play. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
it is more than the just the project management. It is more of the discipline that the certificate gives in at the final
Leadership, servant
leadership.
leader.
So servant
Those
leader.
are
Lot of
terminologies.
yes, exactly. So I think then I thought that this is definitely a niche that I have to get into it. So
I understand. I understand. That too in UK, I know there are some flavor of Prince too, right? They keep talking about it, but PMP is very global. How do you see the demand there? Are the people looking a person qualified with PMP little better? How their view is on this kind of certificate?
uh, definitely the demand. Even in our current organization, I mean, people ask for the certificate. So more than
Mm,
an internal courses or more than an external courses, I think the demand for PMP is definitely top,
I
and you
understand.
have to have the certificate in hand, whether you are already a PM or you're going to be a PM. So this is a
Wow.
mandatory requirement.
Mandatory. It's not luxury,
Mandatory. No. And with the changes that is going on in
right?
today's world,
Mm,
moving to as usual the agile from the
right.
normal production methods, I think it's very much demanding. So you
I
should
understand.
be
I
aware.
understand. I understand. Okay. You rang the bell, man. Get ready.
Yes, definitely.
Nice, nice to know. Nice to know. Okay, fine. So since you possess the experience and you have the wish to go for PMP, how is your reading habits? Are you a regular person with a book? What kind of person you are?
Honestly speaking, it was very tough. I took
Okay.
this course from you last year, Sriram.
Okay.
The initial thrive for doing it
Hmm.
was definitely consistent. So I would say when I started, and then as days goes on, as weeks goes on, I think somehow there is a mix of my office work and bit of personal, and I think
Right. Right.
the drive to do this PMP is definitely a lot of challenge for me initially. uh, but somehow I've been trying to cope up at the beginning,
Mm.
trying to do exercises, trying to read the 14 process, keep writing daily morning. So I think as months goes on, I have honestly have left it. Okay.
Ah,
But then because as I said, I took this course last year, and
right.
it is exactly 1 year later where I'm trying to do this. But
Ah,
then I started again 2 months back. So I started this in the May beginning.
mm.
In fact, December, April, mid, I would say, to really spend a lot of time onto this dedicatedly. So where
Very good.
that is where I think has worked out in spite of your work. You have to allocate the time rather than just
Perfect.
thinking the time would come.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
definitely that is the key. I mean, I know you have been telling this quite often from beginning, but then I think I
True,
didn't
true.
had this
True,
really committed.
Bhaskar.
But I
True,
think
Bhaskar.
this is very true that you have to do it.
True, Bhaskar. What you're saying is right. Even though I give a lot of push, we know the background of people, right? They are at the age of 30, 40, where you have family, you have your corporate life, everything is in peak. This age between 25 to 45. This is the age where you want to do more, at the same time you won't have time, right? It'll be super packed. Then we have to borrow some time from here and there and start doing things. Okay, great. Good to know that you set the priority to go for it. So now, which book you felt pretty comfortable reading? Because you started last year. It was PMBOK 6 and predictive, not much of agile. So now how it happened? Not how it
Yes.
happened.
So what happened is I really did not go back into the history of what happened where I left until
Mm,
today.
mm,
So I have still followed the same method that you have guided us. So basically, when it comes to the preparation,
mm,
I know reading PMBOK at least once is definitely a good one, but
mm.
then it was definitely not it was definitely a big challenge for me to go through the whole of PMBOK. But I started with
Right.
answering the questions with the head first. So that was
Ah,
when where I started with, because for a people like me at least, I feel head first is basically the starting point.
decent
So
book.
you have very simple questions. Basically, it is building my confidence,
Right.
where I'm
Right.
able to make out at least some 80 out of 100. So the better scores. So I feel
That's
motivated
true.
myself by doing that. So
That's
that's
true.
definitely the head first. I think
Mm,
that you have to start. Yeah.
that's true.
And
That's
then
true.
I moved on to Rita.
Okay.
So Rita has somewhere around for every chapter. So chapter wise I've been going through,
Mm,
and then having it attending some 20 questions,
mm, mm,
then making it a practice of every chapter I attended.
mm.
The only thing what I did not have was, when it comes to this year, the agile questions. So agile framing, it's not in Rita or it's not in head first.
Okay.
So there I have to take your every day some 10 questions or 50 questions which comes in
Right.
from Rahul. So that was
Right.
really very much helpful. And instead of going to time based, I went initially with the learning based
Mm,
questions in the webcast.
mm.
So that helped me a lot.
That's
I
good.
didn't go at a stage like 50 100 questions, because I'm not a person to sit at one
Right.
place. but
Right.
but I understood the rhythm of making it slowly, sitting in long hours, as actually helping. So
Slower, steady. Okay.
yeah,
So
no,
I
I'm
keep
not able
telling.
to really sit at first phase. So that's honestly,
True, true, true,
uh,
true.
yeah.
See, I keep telling most of our students that take 10 questions every day, which Rahul is posting in the WhatsApp, and answer it, evaluate it. Even you get 0 mark in that, that's okay. Point here is, are you able to understand the question? Even first day you get zero, second day at least 1 mark you'll get, right?
Okay.
So after a week of time, at least 4 marks you'll get. That's fine. One step at a time. Not everybody first benchers, not everybody born for Harvard and IIT. Okay, but again, we can come back. Every human has a brain which can think on their own, so it will definitely work. But problem here is many people try to take a full exam immediately and get scared of it and run away. Rather, what you say is right, step by step by
Exactly.
step.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
Super.
And
Super.
most important is, I think, what I've done is, beginning I didn't run with a timer. So I went more in the learning mode, because sometimes I take certain questions more than a minute and a half. So I
Hmm.
think that is to motivate myself that I don't, as you said, run out of these in the pathway. So that's the
Right.
only reason.
True. Very good. So now let's go to the exam part. Exam, how did you did?
Yeah.
Center, online,
No, I did it at online, home
online. Was
based.
it comfortable? Everything smooth?
Yes, at the beginning, I mean, I didn't expect certain things. They were even trying to keep out even a single pep or even
Yes.
my pen box not to be side. Just my table should be clean except my computer. So
Yeah. Clean room.
clean room and nothing on table, no pen, no paper, nothing. So
Mm,
you have
mm.
to show around your room what is there, and then it's a good one. So it's a good experience. Yeah.
Right, right. Are they checking out that the ID card proof? They want you to take a picture
Yes.
of it, share it.
Basically, what happens is you are supposed to do it by yourself because it has an automated process where you have to capture your ID card online in front of camera. So it
Right.
has a front and back images capturing, and then I think one of the invigilator will review it, and then they will call you back. So
Mm,
it's like a
mm.
waiting period that you have to wait in queue, and then you will be allowed to check into the system.
Nice. Good. I think the check-in part was little critical for you. After that, the exam started. How was it? How was it going smooth?
Yeah. See, on the exam, yes, most of the questions are complete agile. So
Uh-huh.
from the day from starting to end, I didn't find anything out of that. So it's more of situational questions. So you need to
Mm,
really understand the principles. You
concepts.
need to really had concepts, yes, and then understand the overall project management in today's world, the more agile
Mm,
world, and
mm.
so there are three domains as you've been saying. So
How they drilled you on people area, people domain? Do you found very heavy questions there? People domain,
yes,
conflict management, leading the team.
yes, so much. I mean, as I said, you cannot even the questions were quite very similar. I think it is like should have been avoided, what should have been done later, what is something you need to do before. So
Okay.
all these questions are sometimes you'll find the same type of questions. A project
Uh-huh.
manager is put inside the middle. So I mean, like
Uh-huh.
it's more situational that you need to really understand every line, and sometimes it will be
Right.
like 3 lines of a questions or 4 lines of questions, and,
Mm.
and we need to really read. So I took every question almost twice to read. um, so
Did, do,
I'm not a person to go at first read. So
I
yeah.
understand. Practicing all these questions, Bhaskar, when you go to main exam, was it a little shocker for you to see their language?
No, I think practice is very important. So
Important. Huh? Okay, fine. Because some people
very
tell
very
that,
important.
some people tell that when I do practice exam, it was different. But when I go to main exam, that languages was slightly different for me. That kind of conversation sometimes I hear, but if you don't feel it, it's well and good.
No,
Okay.
I have not felt, but because the practice exams that I have taken itself is more of situational questions from the
Mm,
preprest. So
mm, mm.
I think that has given little bit of, maybe there could be slight change
You
in
prepared
the way
already.
it is
You're
being.
prepared for it. Mm,
I think I took only two full exams,
mm,
and I could make it happen in the two full, my trial exams,
mm,
4 hours sitting 4 hours in the last 2 days,
mm.
and
Okay.
and reading that the full, when I was practicing it, going back and reading even the right questions, wrong questions, it takes at least 3 to 4 days for 100
Mm,
questions also. So it's not
mm.
that easy. I think, as you
Right.
said, you have to still read the right questions also.
Right. We have to see is it luck or really we answered.
Exactly. So because I don't know whether I have done it right by my intention or by understanding, or it's a luck.
See, we will choose it correct. It will be correct
Yes,
also. But
correct
is
also.
our logical thinking and the examiner logical thinking both are same?
Yeah,
That we
both
have
the
to
same.
very good. Well said. Well said. So time management of the exam. How did it? We have 60, 60, 60. Are you able to manage the time efficiently? The exam.
Yes, I think, as I said, I'm not very much to the time bound. So I took initially 10 questions in my practice because I'm not
Mm,
used to sit at one place and then try to complete it. So I think one is the practice. You should practice at least the minimum, at least after seeing the exams. I think what I could also give back to the, for other followers or whoever it
mm,
is, try
mm,
to at least practice the minimum 60 questions at one sitting,
mm,
one
mm.
sitting. So, and definitely break is needed. So I think I felt after 60 questions, I think you have to take a break because it's a big relief for 10 minutes. And because your time doesn't go anywhere, so you have
Yeah,
another 60 questions and another 60
right.
questions.
So you went
So
out. You went out of the room.
no, no, I went out. I mean, honestly, I went out because I've been reading a couple of advices about this online, and everyone is suggesting take 60 minutes break. That's very important,
Right.
and
Very
I
good.
really felt that taking 60 minutes is a mandatory. So do that. Definitely, it's a big mind relax. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, we need that. We need that. Good. So when you came back and you're able to catch up the same speed where you were.
Yes. Yes.
Mm,
Yes.
mm.
It's
Nice,
like
nice,
another fresh 60 slot. So try to attend that and take another break. It is
nice,
really very much useful.
nice. So one slot at a time. That's what your brain should think. 60
Yes. Yes.
break,
60.
60 break.
60 break.
When you went to final question, how many minutes you had with you?
17 minutes I had left. So it
70
is applies to
minutes.
me. It's 1-7.
1-7. Okay. 1-7 minutes. It's a sufficient time to review some questions.
Yeah, I have marked few questions around in the because every question once the problem is once you have had the 60 questions, you don't have you cannot review the first 60 and the last
Yeah,
60.
it will be blocked. Locked.
Yeah,
Mm,
blocked. So every slot you have to review it then and there.
understand.
So
Got you.
yeah.
Got you. So one thing which you keep hearing is match the following. A month before people took exam, match the following, they felt pretty tough, very lengthy match of following. But now I'm hearing match of following is a very little simpler. Do you agree with that? It's a little simpler
Uh,
match of following.
yes, I had a very hardly one or two, but then it was very simple.
Ah,
So
that's it.
yeah,
Ah,
it was simple.
okay.
But most of those are very paragraphic situational questions.
Oh,
You
oh.
need to read and you need to be very careful in reading twice, at least if you're a fast reader. So do it
Uh-huh.
twice. That's my advice. So
Got you, got you. Because that was the one ask keep coming up. Hey, match of following, how it will be. I remember the days people are scared in the month of May to write the match of following. And now people are telling, okay, it's fine, we'll do it. That's one. Other one is math formula. If you
uh,
remember when we took class last year, I would have been drilled you guys with the formula like anything.
no, no formulas at all. So but there were I cannot share the questions, but there was something related to some financial data.
EPI,
Yeah,
SPI,
and then talking about again connecting agile back, and then
right,
how would you think whether you can really take it up
right,
in the next
right. Just an
so
opinion from you. That's it.
opinion. Yeah. So it's all
No,
about
no calculations, no
no
writing.
no it's all about in any situation are you able to manage a project. So
Right.
that's how it is written more situational. I felt.
Right, right. You're right. You're right. I remember the days we used to put all the formula in the exam hall. We'll have a paper. That's why they give a
I
sheet.
I, I prepared a damn deep into that as well with all formulas.
No, I will
So
give
that
assignments
came
for
in
people to
important.
write. Yeah, I used to give assignments for people to write formulas. They'll keep writing formulas.
But
Those
that is
all
still
gone.
important, because the questions that has been asked, you need to still understand
Yep,
from
yep.
where these questions are coming from.
I feel after the COVID is relaxed, PMI may start again because what happened, the problem is when the formula comes in, people has to write and do, whereas people taking from home don't have an opportunity of having paper. So their
Exactly.
PMI got stuck. Okay, that is one of the obstacle
Big,
for
yeah,
them, and maybe that's the reason they removed it. Because
yeah,
I think those things are a little bit needed. You should know what is CPI, what is SPI.
definitely.
You should know certain factors about a critical path. It's all, even though we don't use extensively, at least you should have knowledge.
True,
That's
true.
pretty important. Well said. Good. So, which area you found very easy for you? You felt, oh, and I like this. Check, 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 tick, tick, tick.
See, first of all, you are not in a position to differentiate whether it is from a people or business or process.
All mixed up.
Okay. So you'll have all the terminologies used in a one question.
Okay.
So at least I could not differentiate it myself.
You're
But I
right.
think when I did a practice, I could score always better in the people side,
Uh,
and I could score better in people side. Bit good in the process as well, but always I have been rated higher in people as well. So because it is more, as I said, situational. So how do you manage, things around people,
Okay.
sometimes of conflicts and things like
Okay.
that.
Okay. Okay. Now, I think you are pretty good on the PMI interested area. I think PMI is very interested on people area. So they like the people who are good in people. They say, okay, come on, you are needed for PMP.
42%, I think,
Now,
comes from people.
what you said is very right, Bhaskar. What happened is they won't ask one area. They will take it and in the question itself, a hybrid question. They mix all
No,
the
exactly,
concepts in
exactly.
one question.
You cannot, but when you do a trial, when you do a trial exams, when you do your preparations, you will definitely find the difference, because you will select specifically, people process, so that I can complete one particular area. Only in the exam, in the trial exam, I have taken the 4 hours exam, I have selected, inclusive of all. But otherwise, I think in exams you cannot differentiate.
I understand. Got you. Got you. Okay. Super, Bhaskar. I want to thank you for coming up here and giving ideas. Now, if you want to give some tips to people who are preparing now, who are a little scared, can I go for the exam? So, what will be your thought?
My suggestion and thought would be, start with very simple, and do not fear, because that's how I did it. I have been dragging it from last year.
Mm.
I think it is very important somewhere, because the other point is also that I cannot reschedule more than a certain period of my exam. So it has become a mandatory that I cannot furthermore reschedule it. So I have taken at least an early step in April mid, to attend the exam in June
Nice.
27th.
Nice.
So
Nice.
start with small thing, have a daily practice.
Mm.
Even though it is an agile type of questions or whatever it is, have a practice of writing the 49 process sheet,
Right.
and then increase your 10 questions on at
Mm.
least every week,
Mm.
to 10 to 20
Mm.
30, and see that at least 1 month before you are able to attend the 60 hours of 60
Perfect.
questions of a slot. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. One step at a time. That's what you are telling.
Yes,
Keep
yes,
moving.
yes. I think at least for people who fear and who would like to not to take longer steps, maybe
Exactly,
try this.
exactly, exactly. Some people are scared, why they're scared, in the WhatsApp group, what we have, or group we have, some are aggressive. Looking others aggressive, so these guys get scared. They say, man, these guys are reading like anything, man. I can't even read. See, some people are so aggressive. They keep reading every day
Yeah,
one chapter and showing, I completed this. Looking at them, will feel, oh my God, I'm not ready. But I keep telling that everybody has their own pace of life. So, like what Bhaskar did, he too had commitments from last year. So he took that
yes,
effort when he wanted to. So you be committed on when you want. Since because somebody running, you cannot run, right? You should know when you want
yeah,
to run.
wow, exactly. But
That's a
you should have a consistency. That's what is the end. So
right. That's a
the
key
result
word.
is only from, yeah, that is what I learned, at least in the last 2.5 months. So you should
Nice.
do it daily, so that you build confidence on it.
Nice, nice, Bhaskar.
and,
Super.
and and the most important is also practice henceforth, because there are a lot of materials in the PMI. I think in order to be in the subject, it's more
Right.
important that you continue to be in the ocean. Yeah.
Practicing. Nice, nice. Well said, well said. Super, Bhaskar. Once again,
Thank you,
thanks a
thank you.
lot and
Yeah,
congratulations for a great success.
yeah, yeah.
I always tell that please apply what you learn because these are subjects which you can easily apply. That too, the current PMP, a lot of people in Agile Factor, you can right away apply and start seeing results immediately. Right, that's expected from the winners. Good wishes and
Yeah,
good wishes. Yeah, great wishes to the people who are watching this video. I think you would have liked Bhaskar's confidence and the small steps what he mentioned. So keep working on it, and I believe you all will get succeeded. Good wishes for all. Thanks a lot,
thank you,
Bhaskar, for
Sriram,
coming
a
up
lot,
here.
and thanks for ShriLearning and your guidance, and a lot of support from Rahul is much appreciated, because I think I said last year also, I have been into many institutions of PMP courses, but then I haven't had such a very structured and more explaining about the concepts. I think, though it has been 1 year later, I've just followed your steps from the earlier classes. So
Much
thanks a lot
happy.
for your support, and also for Rahul and for the team.
Super, super. Keep rocking. All the best.
Thank you so much, Sriram. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.